Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to F40P in the process of shooting down a Doe 217 because shadow play shenanigans. I hope the rest of this video is alright, but we got the important part, didn't we? We're going to see some very aggressive gameplay by F40P, who is a delightful YouTuber. He has a channel himself, so feel free to search for F40P War Thunder and you should be able to find him. And if I remember to, I'll put a link to his channel in the description of this video. Looks like that Doe 217's not pulling out of that, and indeed he goes down for F40's first kill. And all of these F sounds are pretty hard on me today because I have a cut in my mouth on my lip, like right where it rubs when I bring it forward for the I should stop talking about it. It hurts, I tell you. Anyway, another thing that hurts is seeing German planes above you, but they're dropping down in altitude fairly rapidly as our guy goes for the lower altitude enemy. Oh, no, there he is. Just fly straight, my pretty. Fly straight in a nice, even line. Okay. Come on. Bleed off that energy. That's right. That's a good boy. That's a good German. Don't pay any mind to the P-47 behind you. I'm sure nothing terrible and suddenly explosive could happen to your airplane at the hands of 8 50 cals American DACAs for freedom. As he opens up with the old laser beams, I think he's running full tracer, as you are meant to in every P-47, just for swag factor. You gotta rock those 850s with pride. Oh, my mouth. Ah, it hurts. One last pass, and setting alight the gas in his... You see what I'm doing here? I'm avoiding those sounds. It hurts, I tell you. Head on, briefly and powerfully. Definitely not something you want to try to pull against the jug. And now, later on in the match, heads up, askance against a U-288, and definitely a good position to take him down. But not satisfied with one or two fires, F40 goes in for the overkill and secures his fourth and final kill of the match. Exciting P-47 stuff. Spray and enjoy. All forms of Axis flavored bugs find that aerosol irresistible. Jane having not a bad start in the M24, pulling off what you really should attempt on this map, and that is an early capture of the central zone, followed by as many kills as you can pick up as they're focused down by the enemy. It's a strange place to have a control point because it's so exposed, but whatever. Couple of Tigers. What even is bomb physics in the replay system, am I right? Did you like to see that just kind of stupidly tumble off the rails? And yet, a nice kill. 2 bombs, 2 Tigers, and 1 kill. I'm not sure what happened to that second Sherman tank, but he must not be happy. Hans und Franz are now brothers separated by 1,000-pound bombs. wrpl boy opens up from below as our guy surveys the battlefield looking for targets of opportunity. And when you're in a Cannon Corsair, there is all kinds of opportunity. The American 20mm guns are absolutely glorious as soon as you have access to the good AP rounds, which I think is right away. Even on something like the XP55, you are golden in terms of multi-role ground strike capability, punching through roof armor all day long. The only thing that can really resist you This tier is some heavy tanks, but you'll find plenty of soft-skinned or medium-skinned targets to take down with calculated risk in those high angle of attack dives, exactly like you see here. And it looks like our guy is rocking default cannons. That amount of spread is more than I'm used to seeing on a spaded vehicle, and it looks like he opened up what I would consider a little bit early, but against our whirlwind, that's definitely understandable. You really want to neutralize them as quickly as possible before they become aware of you or target you, because they are very, very capable of taking you in a head-on. Not all SPAA is created equal in War Thunder, and Whirlwind sits at the very top in terms of anti-vehicle and anti-air performance. The Corsair, having no issues pulling out of that steep dive at high speed, really shows off what makes this cannon CAS platform so deadly. And if you haven't picked up the AU-1 either in the event or on the market, I strongly suggest you consider the evidence you're seeing here and the copious amounts you see on my channel when considering if you want to blow your fortune on the market. But another ground kill, bringing up his total to 4, along with a couple of assists, a beautiful bit of aggression and early harvesting of score, great support for his team, who seem to have bled a huge amount of tickets from the enemy, and a fantastic example of aggression in the Corsair. And now, let's see if I can do the same thing at a much lower tier. We're not going to go for cannon CAS on this one, but we're just going for the memes. As you may be able to tell from my decals, I'm just poking the bear. I'm just poking here. It's all in good fun. But here we are. The event plane that everybody seems to have immediately forgotten about. I was a little bit sour about all the changes that I've seen in the game from this last major update, and I just wanted to have a little bit of fun and sort of let my head clear, because yeah, I get yelled at by a baby and 2 small tiny women all day, and it gets a little bit rough, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the problem is that I actually care. So I wonder if I could knock off one of these pontoons and still have some fuel, but that's probably a question for another time. This is an aircraft that I've always had a blast in, not because I do super well in it, but to accomplish anything feels like an accomplishment in this aircraft, especially with the unsolicited changes that I've seen to ground RB recently, where enemy tanks and ground vehicles can lock on to you no matter where you are and track you if you're in an aircraft. I have no words. It's so not ground RB of a mechanic that it just boggles the mind. I mean, even arcade requires line of sight. Did you know that? You have to have line of sight to an enemy airplane to lock on to it. Yeah, no, you don't even have to have line of sight. It's absolute insanity. And I don't even want to see the mechanic fixed. I just want it gone. But you know what? That's that, and this is this. And we've done all that I even need to do in this airplane. I got a bomb kill with the teeny tiny bombs. I mean, this thing just, it makes me happy, okay? This is just a different way to play War Thunder, to just stop being competitive. And my thing that I've sort of come to realize over the years is that I like big numbers. I'm a cookie clicker hero, okay? I see that there's a number you get for Silver Lions and RP after a match, and I just want big numbers. I don't even play most of the vehicles that I unlock. I just let them sit. I play my premiums because premiums get big numbers. But sometimes you just gotta turn all of that off and just play with a toy. And the Arado biplane feels like a beautifully crafted model and a toy airplane in War Thunder at the same time. It almost feels like you're not even playing the same game when you're in the Arado. Yes, it has ridiculous cannons, and it can do, swifty shenanigans in Air RB. But in mixed battles, it's just fun. It's just silly. It's just light-hearted, in my own personal opinion. What did we accomplish? 1 ground target kill? Wait, was it 2? No, I think it was 1. And a critical hit on somebody's engine. That is a mission success, lads and ladies. Like, I don't know why this match just made me so happy, other than I never expect anything out of this plane, and I always get something, and that just tickles my fancy. Anyway, that just about does it for the Arado. Let's get back to the skilled gameplay and show off some more of what you all are doing. And by the way, you all have been sending me some fantastic replays. So let's get into the last replay of the day, or even the night. The whole house is asleep. Everybody fell asleep early because we're all super tired, as Cone's very own Operator Chan, first time sending in a replay, and boy, is it a doozy. In my house, there's this smoke in the air from the eastern Oregon wildfires, and so the whole atmosphere is smoked up. Like, it looks like we're living in Silent Hill. I haven't checked my block for Pyramid Head, but I'm not worried. I've got the right equipment to deal with that if it happens. Anyway, I had a kid over today. I was child sitting. I don't want to say babysitting. He's not a baby. He's a kid, and he's a pretty cool kid. In fact, he's really excited about making YouTube videos, so I made a YouTube video with him, and you can find that on the channel. Go give it a thumbs up, just because he's a kid, and I know that seeing a like on that video will make him happy. I don't ask for likes ever. I don't care. I just think it's a good way for you to express yourself. But I think that he would love to see a like on that video. So, do it for the kid. Anyway, you do what you want. Let's watch the rest of this replay as Operator Chan. I was kind of rooting for him to take that shot through the bushes in third-person mode, but this is Operator Chan, not Sergeant Viddy, which is pretty cool because that means this video is going to be available all the time. And he takes down the Bulldog either way as it tries to push forward. The brief period in history where America was like, nah, tanks don't need stabilizers, definitely did not come through for the Bulldog, as he tried to... I don't know if he knew that Operator was there, but he found out. That shot on the is that a Sherman 76 or a Chumpo 76? I think it was a regular Sherman 76, and that wasn't gonna go through. Now Operator's in a lot more risky of a position than he was, or I guess if we're going by Chan here, it's probably a she, I guess. Chan can actually refer to a male as well in Japan, but it's rare for that to be the case, and it's usually used among childhood friends. So, yeah, it's sort of a kid name, a cutesy name, if you will. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? let's quickly put distance between me and my minimal knowledge of Japanese culture, lest I reveal myself to be a true weeb, as it definitely was. I like to think that I'm a reformed weeb, and I have a more balanced view of Japanese culture now. But yeah, whatever. My 3-year-old was just scribbling with crayons all over my first degree black belt Right then, ignore previous conversation. Toddler required more sustenance, so this is the new me. I've been through hell and back, I tell you. Jeez, sorry, did I say toddler? I meant baby. Baby Joshy is the loudest screamer in the universe when he's hungry. The boy has no chill. And Operator Chan could teach him a thing or two, as this Tank's operator has been playing very well behind this rock, making sweet relations with the boulder and popping out on enemies who are distracted, using the fantastic handling of this. It's not even a paper tank, really, digital tank. That is a combination of maybe three things that almost existed in Germany when, well, okay. Panther 2 in War Thunder. Beautiful tank, never existed. Let's leave it at that. It's hard for me to form thoughts into words because, well, kids have been yelling at me today. Anyway, I'm recovering nicely from my post-toddler distress disorder, but I've been enjoying the nice quiet house. It is hot as heck here on the Oregon coast. We have a heat wave going through, and also there have been some fires in California and Eastern Oregon, and copious amounts of smoke have just been blowing in, and we have sort of it looks kind of like the apocalypse outside. It's pretty awesome. Beautiful orange sky and just trapping all of the heat from the sun. No wind and no sound. It's an interesting experience, and it really makes me nostalgic for my days as a wildland firefighter, because man, that's some hard work when you're actually fighting fire. Not that we did a whole lot of that on the coast on account of the beautiful weather we have around here. Oh, another bulldog. And this is the point where things just get silly. Operator is going to push this locust carcass around the battlefield just for fun, just because he feels like it, and I'm so happy that he decided to do this. Now, it used to be that tanks would stop burning in a fairly short amount of time, and then you'd have to machine gun them or something to get them to start burning again, but that's not the case anymore, and I must say, it is glorious in our eyes as the pyre of this loosely airdroppable light tank, that's a story for another time, conceals somewhat would you say it conceals the position of Operator Chan as another M22 comes in for the kill, and he would have gotten it too if he hadn't got caught on that rock. The thin side armor of the Panther 2 not able to withstand sustained firepower from a pokey boy at close range, but 'twas not to be, as Locust pilot, I'm going to call him a pilot because of how fast those things go, okay? Locust driver definitely took a wrong turn there and smacked into some of the scenery. And Operator Chan was easily able, I tell you, to blap him out of existence. So, previous story, to wrap up one thing now, as we continue to see Operator Chan carrying the torch. When was the first modern Olympic Games? Ooh, 1930, what was it, 36, 38, something like that, in Germany? Oh, that's awkward. Anyway, historically accurate torch carrying. And back to the crayon story, which is just to say that my daughter scribbled all over and made art on my karate black belt certificate, and I couldn't be happier because the certificates mean nothing to me, and it's exactly the kind of thing that I would have done. I like to think that my martial arts skills speak volumes, where a piece of paper is just something you can print off from the internet if you want to. And it's been a while since I practiced with the Sanjuryu gang, but yeah, it's a pretty cool group of folks, and I definitely look back fondly on those days. Let's just grab a screenshot real quick here. That is a sight, lads and ladies. That is something you don't see every day. So if you want to push a Locust around, that's pretty much a guaranteed way to get on to Toshio Thunder replays. If you can pick up a few kills in the process, you definitely try and do better than Operator Chan here. And I know it's going to be rough because that's 9 kills already in one life. And look at that. The carcass of the enemy tank, the enemy player who has not respawned, and thus his corpus remains, blocking off some of the major weak spots on the Panther, as well as obscuring his turret somewhat with the smoke and fire, and at first glance making him look like a destroyed tank. Shenanigans, I tell you. Shenanigans that are always welcome here on the channel. 9 kills. Very impressive. And another one coming around the corner. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. You ever wonder like what the subtext is to that song, or what the context is? Like what in history inspired men to sing the song She'll Be Coming Around the Corner? It seems to me like it came from an era where people would actually like ride in a carriage pulled by horses, so probably working days. Seems like a logging camp song. It's just like a huge group of men eagerly looking forward to literally any woman arriving in the camp. desperate guys. These were big, manly, burly simps. Anyway, like Simpson, 10 kills. 10 kills, a double ace in the Panther 2, a very capable medium tank with some support from an enemy Locust. Anyway, I really enjoyed making this one, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.